Hello and welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I'd like to welcome you out to the shed of many names on this windy evening where I know y'all are wondering, what on earth is she up to? Well, I'm going to tell you. This is going to be a two-part video. Today's video is going to be about making your own herbal hot oil treatment for your hair. Tomorrow's video, well, you'll see here after tomorrow. But it's going to be a two-parter video because, well, I rarely do these because most of the time I don't have time to sit down and worry about beautification. Because, well, I'm just pure and simple. There's only so many miracles. I couldn't help it. I had to say the joke. Okay, now, what we're going to talk about in today's video is doing a herbal hot oil treatment. This way, you make it yourself. You know what's in it. And there's not all those extra chemicals. There's no chemicals in this hot oil treatment. Now, with that being said, men, you can do this as well. You got hair. Unless you're bald, I'm sorry. But it works for men's hair, women's hair, and a lot of men don't realize you can do a hot oil treatment on your beard. You'd be surprised what a wonderful effect it has on a beard as well. Don't matter if you got a little short beard, you got a big old beard. It don't matter. You just got to make sure that you measure out enough oil. Alright, now with that being said, the reason I have the towel on my head is you want to make sure that your hair is washed very well. Don't condition it. Wash it very well. Especially if you use styling poisons or styling products, hairspray, anything like that. You want to make sure that all of that is washed out of your hair. Now is also a good time if you cut your own hair, give yourself a trim. If you have bangs like I do, trim those like you like them. Trim your ends. Just be careful, don't cut too much off and go all wild unless, well, that's what you want to do. Now, in this little jar, let's just say jar, I have about 2, might be a little more, tablespoons of pure olive oil. It can be extra virgin if you just feel wild about extra virgin. This is just pure vegetable, pure olive oil. Don't use no vegetable oil, y'all. Pure olive oil. Man, I tell you, I'm on a roll tonight. I'm still laughing about the other comment. Now, if you don't want to use olive oil, you can use sweet almond oil. You can use grapeseed oil. Do not use canola oil because you're defeating the purpose for making your hair healthy. Don't use vegetable oil either. Both those are nasty. Now, if you've got money to spend, there's always argan oil. That's a little expensive, y'all. But you want to have, you could use sunflower oil as well if you wanted to. I just always have used pure olive oil. Now, with that being said, I will be using, for me, patchouli essential oil, y'all. 100% pure patchouli essential oil. Don't use perfume oils. You will be more likely to have an allergic reaction. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to go in and set. Now, I have, if you can see here, a pan of very hot water. This is where you have to be careful. You just want to set your little container of olive oil or whatever oil you choose in there to heat up. This is where common sense comes into play. You do not want your oil so hot that it's going to burn you. You want it warm, not hot. That way it'll actually soak into your hair and not, you know, send yourself to the emergency room. Use common sense, y'all. Now, go back to the essential oils. There are many you can use, many. For oily hair or oily hair with dandruff, patchouli is your #1 essential oil to use. Okay, now normal hair, for you people who are normal, you can use eucalyptus essential oil, cedarwood, rosemary, or lavender. Just make sure that they are pure essential oil. Don't use any perfume oils because they have chemicals in them and they're not essential oils. Dry hair. You can use frankincense, geranium, sandalwood, and cypress. Now, you can also do more research because there's plenty of information out there about what oils to use for your hair. Damaged hair. Lavender or frankincense. Now, if you notice, I'm saying this one or that one. When I do a hot oil treatment, I stick to one essential oil. I don't like mixing them during this process because that's when you take a chance of having an allergic reaction possibly. Okay, now fine baby hair, geranium essential oil is going to be your best bet for that. Now, there might be others out there. These are ones that I have learned about, and I know the people that I've made hot oil treatments for have had no problems with it. Just make sure if you know that you're allergic to one, please don't use it. Don't use it. Okay, for thinning hair, basil, clary sage, and rosemary are very good. Now, if you have dandruff, patchouli, of course, is your best bet for that. You can also use tea tree oil, tea tree essential oil, or also rosemary. Those three are very good for dandruff. Now, you might just, you know, dandruff a lot of times is just dry, flaky skin. It just means it's time to get in there and scrub your head, under your scalp, underneath your beard, because sometimes air don't get into those places, especially in the winter time because you're bundled up. Now is during the winter is the main time when a lot of people start having dandruff, flaky skin, dry skin, because we're in dry heat. And dry heat does a number on your skin. Now, with that being said, I'm going to pull my container out. It can sit a little bit longer because that's just lukewarm. I want it fairly warm, but not burn hot. You notice I use my finger to test it. That's how you know. And I always get my water hot and put it on a pot holder, and that way it can heat the oil up slowly. A lot of times it's slowly. like I said, make sure your hair is good and clean. Make sure you get all those styling products out. Also, a old shirt that you don't mind getting oil on, because there's always a good chance some of the oil will get on your shirt. Me, I'm not worried about my t-shirts, because yeah, most of them's pretty stained, but you know what? Good detergent will take that oil out. You're also going to want a comb, a good comb, preferably thin, with the old-fashioned thin teeth. I like my combs a little thicker, but hey, $1.25. $1.25 tree. Now, I usually let my hot oil treatment soak in my hair anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. Let me tell you, a shower cap. This isn't quite the plastic shower cap I was wanting to get. My fault for not reading the package. Because back in my day, we didn't have these little fabric ones. We had plastic ones. These fabric ones will work. The plastic old-fashioned shower caps are better because that way it stays in your hair. And the warmth from the oil stays in your hair and your scalp. Now, what we're going to do is, and you're going to want to use an old towel. Because, yeah. See, I ain't ashamed of my old towel. You're going to put that, not over your chair, apparently, but over your shoulders. Now, one thing I did forget was a clip. You know, a clothespin, something to hold your towel together, but I just ain't going to worry about it. Now, make sure your comb is clean. Now, you're going to be nappy because you haven't used any conditioner. Do not worry about any conditioner, but you want to try to get all your rats out. And yes, I'm talking old school. We called those rat nests. Now, if you have short, very short hair, or not much hair, a tablespoon of warmed oil should be fine. If you have a whole lot of hair, or long hair kind of like mine, 2 tablespoons should be fine. A good sized beard could be a tablespoon of what oil of your choice to 2 tablespoons. Depends on, if it's a really short beard, a tablespoon will be fine. But if you got a really short beard and a whole lot of hair, go with the 2 tablespoons. Because you might as well work on the hair on your head and on your face, if you're a man. Now, if you're a woman with the beard, guesstimate on that too. Now, you want to make sure that your hair is fairly untangled. And get all the dead hair off. Okay. Yep, that's pretty good right there. Now, you got to remember, this is pure essential oil. Don't go wild, because it's highly concentrated, and it will burn your skin if you use too much. Now, if you have short hair and you think a tablespoon of hot oil treatment's fine, I would say 2 to 3 drops. If you think 2 drops is fine, use 2 drops. If you got just a little bit more hair, 3. Now, if you have long hair or big beard, in the 2 tablespoons of oil of your choice, 5 drops. Now, if you've got, and always shake it up no matter what. I don't care if it's just pure essential oil. I always shake it. Now, if you have a lot of hair and a lot of beard, you're gonna have to guesstimate. And if you have to, especially women as well, if you got even more hair, 3 tablespoons, 4. Just make sure that you have plenty to do all your hair at the one time. And I'm going to only do 5. And let me tell you, my gracious, it smells good. And I didn't think about it. A chopstick, a toothpick, something to get it all stirred up really good. Yeah. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to start on your scalp first. And let's see. Pour a little bit in there. Massage it into that scalp. Now, it's going to feel weird if you've never... Oh, gracious, it smells good. If you've never done a hot oil treatment before. Now, you can also pour it into your palm of your hand and then work it in and rub that scalp vigorously. Get that oil in there. Now if you've got long fingernails, be careful. You do not want to scratch your scalp. Use the pads of your fingers if possible. Now if you got them long old fingernails, I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you. But just use the pads of your fingers and rub it in good. You want to get your whole scalp Don't leave any spots unmassaged, because I'm telling you, when you do your scalp really good, now I just give up on the towel. Now I'll tell you, you might, when you're rubbing and massaging your scalp, because see, you want to get those fingertips going really good. Now, don't rub your head bald, but, you know, massage it around. Now, do not worry if you're doing it and you feel a little tingly. You know what's happening right now? You're causing blood to flow to your skin even more. And the more you massage your scalp, the more blood flow you will have. I think I slung out a little bit of that. But it's simple and easy, y'all. And your hair is going to love you for it. Now, don't waste none of your oil. Make sure you get all that oil out. And just keep on massaging. Make sure that you work it through all your hair. Just keep massaging. Let me tell you, you're going to feel relaxed. And it's going to feel good. Now, take your comb and make sure every strand of hair, your ends especially, get that wonderful oil. Oh my gracious, it smells so good. But I'm also a good patchouli. I like real patchouli. I don't like synthetic patchouli. And don't worry if some of your hair, because you have hair dye every day. When that hair dies, there's already another hair pushing out to replace it. But as you can see, all of my hair, you want to make sure those ends have hair. The ends have oil on it. Make sure. Now you're going to feel weird because if you're not used to having greasy hair, it's fine, y'all. Now I'm going to look at the camera. What you want to do is get your hair up towards the top of your head. You want to twist it just lightly. You don't want to twist it too much and break your hair. You want to make sure you get everybody took care of. Because you want all that hair to get nourished and moisturized. Now, it's been a long time since I put one of these babies on. I done darkened the screen accidentally. Let me get comfortable here. Okay, you want to make sure that you have all of your hair up in your cap. This goes for you too, man. It's not going to hurt you one bit. You're going to be at home anyway. Who's going to see you? Keep your curtains and your blinds pulled shut. Nobody will see you. Now, of course, you're going to want to wash your hands. I'm just going to wipe it off because I'm going to let some of that oil stay on my hands. I'm not going to tell you how good it smells. My gracious. I love patchouli. Now, you might not like patchouli. Now, also, I will say, down in the description box of the video, I will have the listing for different oils, essential oils that you can use, as well as the other oils that you can use, too, for your hot oil base. Now, if you notice, I didn't say any citrus oils. Now, if you like orange, you can use that. Tangerine, grapefruit. Be careful about using grapefruit if you're on heart medication. Be careful. Especially if you're on the heart medication, you can't have grapefruit. Avoid it. Orange, you can use orange essential oil, lemon essential oil, tangerine essential oil, any of your citrus essential oils. Make sure it's essential oil, not fragrance oil. Now, using citrus oil comes with a warning. Yes, it smells wonderful. Yes, it does wonders in a hot oil treatment. Just know, if you go out in the sunlight, it's going to bleach your hair like no tomorrow. I don't know how many of y'all remember the late 80s and the 90s and the craze of all the women spraying their hair with lemon juice. Yeah, them people's hair was so blonde, they radiated. Yeah, no, I didn't do nothing like that. I didn't have time for that because I was too busy. I didn't want to be out in the sun all day with that lemon juice cooking my hair. But you can use the citrus essential oils. Just know there's a good chance you're going to be able to bleach your hair, so you might want to be careful about that one. Alright, now, like I said, I'm going to leave my shower cap on probably for about an hour this time. Now, what you're going to want to do now, I'll bring you back once the hour's over and I have washed my hair. Alright, if you decide 30 minutes or an hour, you can go a little bit longer if you want to, just not all day. What you're going to want to do when you decide when you want to rinse the oil out, you will need to use shampoo. Do not use conditioner. You don't need it. You will just use shampoo. Well, first off, use as warm as you can stand water, and that way a lot of the oil, use it first. Now, usually what I do is I won't take a shower at that time because it becomes dangerous in your tub. So be careful, y'all. You can wash it out, your hair in your sink. It's not going to clog your pipes, y'all. Calm down. But it will make a slipping hazard in your shower or your bathtub. That's why when I do a hot oil treatment, I wash my hair out, usually in the sink. But if you want to use the bathtub, just rinse it really good with warm water for quite a while. Then you use your shampoo, and then you will towel dry it for a little while. Different towel, not the towel that you used. And then just let it air dry. You know, brush it, comb it, whichever one you use. Let it air dry. And once it dries, I will bring you back. Now, I'm going to pause this video to start the other video because y'all going to be wondering why I have the shower cap on in the other video. Well, you ladies wanted beauty products. Well, we're fixing to get Bootimus. So, I'll see you back here later on once I'm done with my hair. And I'll see you after a while. Okay, I am back. Now, what I done was I used very warm water, as warm as you can take. Don't burn yourself. And I rinsed and rinsed my hair out. And once I couldn't rinse any more out, then I used my shampoo. You want to use a good shampoo, but not one that's going to strip your hair, because you want to keep as much of the oil in your hair. Now, another trick that I do when I know I'm going to do a hot oil treatment, I usually do it on a Friday night when I know I'm not going anywhere for the whole weekend, because you're going to look a little oily. It's not oily. It's just that your hair hasn't finished soaking in. It's soaked in a lot of the oil, but it's going to continue to soak it in. But as you can see, it's not frizzy anymore. It's not frizzy. It's long and it's straight. Well, kind of straight. But leave it alone. Wash, rinse as much of the oil out that you can with the warm hot water, then suds it really good. And, so, work it all over. Then rinse it. Then no conditioner, because you don't need conditioner now. Not for a while. Put it up in a towel, let it sit for a while, and then once it dries some, take your towel off, comb it or brush it really good. Now, I will warn you, it's going to take a while for your hair to actually dry, because not only is your hair deep conditioned with the oil, it's soaking in water as well. So just let it dry. It's going to feel different to you. It will feel different, because during the winter, your hair is starved for moisture, and it's going to continue to slowly soak every bit of the oil up into your hair. Now, if you want to, you can sleep with a different, like a cloth, like shower cap like I had. You can sleep with that so you don't mess your pillowcase or anything up. Your hair's going to be fine, y'all. You're going to see that in 24 hours, it's going to soak every single bit of that up. And it's going to be happy, and it's going to be thankful. And you're going to notice very strong, healthy hair. Now, like I said, I usually do it on the weekends. So Sunday night would be the next time I would wash it. I still would not use any conditioner, because it's a hot oil treatment. Your hair is saturated now, and you're going to see a big difference in it. It's going to be very soft. It's not going to be fluffy like you're used to, but with time it's going to, because right now your hair is so hydrated, it's not sure how to act. But it's a wonderful thing, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to braid mine up and put it up so it can just continue to do its happy little thing. Because it's been a while since I've got to sit down. Sorry, y'all, I'm fighting with the rubber band bag. It's been a while since I've got to sit down and actually take care of me for a change. So, and your brush and your comb's going to go just right straight through your hair. And like I said, don't worry one bit. It's going to soak it all in, and it's going to be happy as can be. And like I said, if you got long hair, just braid it and put it up, and that'll give your hair even more time to soak all that moisturizing oil and water up into the follicle. It's simple, it's easy, and the best part about it, it's all natural. There's no chemicals. None whatsoever. When I was a teenager, I started doing the hot oil treatments. And I don't know how many of y'all remember the VO5 hot oil treatments. I used that for a while, but I wasn't happy with the results. And I started studying, finding ways to make my own. And then I realized just how easy that it was to do. Now, I know rubber bands aren't the greatest thing to use, but this is at the tip. It'll be fine. And this way it'll give it even more time to soak it all in. And it'll be up and out of my way. But yeah, I can tell the difference in my hair and my scalp as well. And I hope that this encourages you, while we can, to do a little pampering on ourselves. Like I said, if you've never done a hot oil treatment, this will be a little different for you. Nothing's wrong with your hair. It's not going to stay greasy because, believe me, it's fixing to soak it all up. And especially if you are in a heated house that has not much humidity, you'll see that your hair will soak all of this oil up into it. Just give it time. This is a process. But you'll notice just how happy your hair is for it. Hope it encourages you to make your own. Simple ingredients. Olive oil, some essential oil. That's it. There's no chemicals in there. It's all natural. All natural. Because if you ever read them labels on those hot oil boxes, look at all them chemicals and preservatives in it. And it's just simple. You only mix it up when you need it. And that way, it's a wonderful thing. Truly is, to take care of yourself. I don't pamper myself enough because, well, I always have that excuse, I'm too busy. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I know y'all been waiting a while for me to make these videos. And tomorrow's video's even more fun. Oh my gracious. And as you notice, I've got a different shirt on. Yep, I was making tea for my niece, getting it ready for her. And yeah, just spilled it all. Spilt tea all over myself. But I still got the tea made. But yeah, it's never a dull moment around here. But like I said, take care of yourself while we can. I'm not talking about going wild, but it's good for us to take time for ourselves. It don't mean that we're vain or vanity, but we're taking care of ourselves. So when the time comes we can't, we can be thankful what we do while we can. Everyone, take care. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and may you each be blessed. I'll see you soon.